Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm jumping straight into today's video with nail prep. I'm honestly not doing too much, only because my cuticles and my nails don't need much work. So I'm going to be creating a peel off base coat just so I can pop off these nails later, but you can proceed with normal nail prep if you are following along. I also want to apologize to all of you for being inactive. I've been gone for about a month and this is the longest social media break I've ever taken, and honestly I never thought I'd take one at all. I also want to apologize for making a very late Aquarius video. I actually recorded this during Aquarius season. I just never had the time to actually edit and upload it. I am so sorry to my Aquarians, but I just needed to have this up because I don't want to neglect any of you. This was a very unintentional and unplanned social media break, but due to my absence, I do have an announcement to make, and that is I finally graduated from nail school. I did try having uploads while I was in nail school, but it was definitely hard, especially juggling my personal life on top of school, but we're back. I have so much content to post and I hope you guys are ready because I am going to be posting about 2 to 3 times a week, if not 2 times minimum. So yeah, I'm gonna finish applying this peel off base coat and I'll come back when I'm finished. So today we are trying out something a little different. We will be trying out nail forms. I've always wanted to try sculpted tips, and since this is my very first attempt, and honestly they seemed pretty intimidating, especially since you have to sculpt most of the nail yourself. Alright, so let's talk Aquarius. There's honestly a lot that needs to be said and a lot that I need to speak on, but I'm going to try to refine everything in a short time frame. I'm not sure if anyone remembers me speaking on Pluto, but it is a generational planet and affects everyone on a collective scale. Pluto has been in Capricorn in the last 28 years, which means that there's going to be a shift in how the public views the government or authority figures or leaders. When Pluto was in Capricorn back in 2008, this exposed the shadow side of corporate greed, the capitalist system, and societal structures. It was a very rough time financially, and more power was going to the elites or the higher ups of our society. On January 20th, Pluto entered Aquarius, and this is going to be a huge shift, especially for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. Aquarius relates to science, scientific discoveries, technological advancements, outer space, political and social revolutions, social change, friends, community, and progressive ideas. Pluto going into Aquarius will show a pivotal power shift. I really feel like we're even seeing it now. People aren't caring about celebrities like that anymore or finding them interesting. Celebrities flaunting their wealth does not entice the general public anymore, and it's slowly not appealing to the masses like the way it used to. The way wealth is viewed will drastically shift exponentially. There will be a shift more towards progression, and the future will be more prominent. Old power structures that don't work will be dismantled. Community and more power to the people, progression with technology. These will be big things and big themes that we will see in the next 20 years. Humanity overall will be more powerful if we're leaning into new ideologies and new solutions. I have my own predictions for how society will be in the next couple years. I think every single industry in the market will completely transform. For the nail industry, I personally think that acrylic powder, no hate to any of the acrylic girlies, and plastic nail tips will be a thing of the past. I think the use of nail forms or new enhancements of dual forms will become more popular, as well as polygel, hybrid gels, and build-to-gel will be more prominent, as well as Gel X. I think these will be more staples in the nail industry, or a new invention of some sort of a nail enhancement that will come in the industry that will offer some sort of instant dry. I think for cosmetic procedures, people will lean more into non-invasive procedures. BBLs will become a thing of the past. I think people will lean more towards butt injections. I think cool sculpting and body sculpting, that type of industry will boom once again. I also think there will be more focus and attention that will be put into behavioral health. I think we'll see more actual progression and care with the mental health sector, especially in healthcare. Cures for the mind of the brain like schizophrenia or Alzheimer's, we honestly may see some breakthroughs there. I also predict that there may be innovations with childbirth, DNA, and cloning, artificial wombs for women or anyone who is unable to bear a child or give birth. Keep in mind that Pluto also rules death, so I also feel like there's going to be some innovations with that as well. like using technology to help people transition to the other side, or a way to keep them alive by having their consciousness uploaded to a cloud as they pass on. Almost like that Black Mirror episode in the newest season. I don't know if anyone, no, in San Junipero, the earliest Black Mirror seasons, there was an episode where everyone had that, whoever passed on had their consciousness uploaded to a cloud. I think there could be something like that in our time as well. In relation to technological advancements, there's definitely going to be a huge amount of inventions and geniuses. It's giving we might see a Black Mirror cyberpunk type of society in our lifetime, if not by the end of this 20-year cycle. I can totally see transhumanism being major with Pluto in Aquarius. I also see humans relying very heavily on technology. Some of our jobs may be taken by AI itself. As far as politics, I think there will be more women that will step into the political space. There may even be a first female president, minorities in positions of power. The power will be shifting completely to the people who were disenfranchised before. We're moving towards diversity, inclusion, equality for all different types of people, and people who aren't in a position of power in society will have a voice. I also think the modeling industry will change in this way as well. Social media is definitely going to be taking a big swing too. The way we enjoy content will be completely different. I think people who you wouldn't think to become famous will be the new celebrities. I feel like we're seeing an influx of that already now. Anyone can become famous these days out of anything with just the right niche and the right audience. So if you're thinking of becoming a content creator in these next few year cycles, authenticity and talent will be something that will make you stand out. People would be drawn to talent and skills, even podcasts. So if you're really good at something and you want to be in the limelight, or you have some really good topics to talk about with good insight, definitely consider those themes. The way we relate with each other, I think it's going to be different as well. I think we're going to see more community-focused innovation in the family structure. Like, it takes a village to raise a child. I think people are going to raise families with their friends, single mothers banding up together to help with bills, household responsibilities, and even helping with raising children. I can also see people having robot partners. A lot of corn bots will be on the rise. We will see a lot of people using technology to get their needs met in some certain way. As far as the music industry goes, Aquarius' co-ruling planet is Uranus, which rules electronic music. I think EDM is going to be more mainstream since Pluto is now in Aquarius, or even alternative music will be more prominent. I love house music and electronic sounds and alternative sounds, so I will be enjoying myself greatly when this time comes around. And I also predict that a lot of underground artists or unknown artists will become more popular. I think I see more of them arising to fame. This will be the rise of underground artists, indie artists. I think even for the film industry as well, more indie films, indie TV shows, more upcoming directors. We'll see more of them into the limelight as well. In the midst of all of this, I also think there will be more darker ramifications exposed about technology. Pluto exposes and reveals the truth, and major companies are going to be under fire for the misuse of our data, how social media and our phones are affecting human behavior and us as a society as a whole. It's going to get really dark, especially with things being revolved around about how technology has been misused and how it has manipulated us or corrupted us. This may produce some internet laws or some certain restrictions. This could cause people to completely step away from social media and technology. And we're already seeing it now with people taking social media breaks, not posting as much, not posting on their Instagram post as much, turning off likes, turning off comments, things of that nature. I honestly think internet crime will be taken a lot more seriously than before or now. If anybody has HBO Max, I highly recommend you watch this series called Web of Lies. And the amount of things people are able to get away with on the internet is insane. Like, I highly suggest anybody watches that. I'm completely invested in it, and I just find it so interesting what is allowed on the internet. Like, the internet is low-key a lawless place. I also think Pluto in Aquarius will reveal to us about extraterrestrial life, aliens, space travel, commercial space travel, and life on other planets, humanity is going to be way more aware of these things than before. I also feel like there's going to be some sort of like territorial battle or struggles on who owns planets or celestial bodies, especially with our government. Again, I am not trying to fearmonger. I'm only posting my predictions. I have no idea how any of this will actually manifest in real life. I definitely think there could also be some economic changes, especially since Pluto is about transformation. The way people generate income will be more unconventional. I think there'll be more bizarre or weird investments that people will be making. I also think the government will regulate cryptocurrency or move more into digital currency. And since we're on the topic of progression and community, I did want to touch on a very touchy subject since I haven't spoke much about it at all on my channel. I've really been only doing more reposts on TikTok and some awareness on Twitter, but it's still no excuse. With the current events happening right now with certain countries and many other countries outside of the US facing devastation at this moment, I know not everyone either wants to or has the spare change to donate to certain foundations, or maybe you feel a bit icky about some of these organizations, which you are well within your rights to, but there is a way for you to boycott or stand up for what's right without having to do any of these things. I'm personally not going to name drop any brands or products that you shouldn't be buying from or purchasing from or using or consuming. I definitely think everyone, especially that has technology, or a cell phone or social media, we're all aware of what we shouldn't be purchasing. We're all aware of things that we should not be using or engaging with. And I think it's very imperative, especially us as influencers or YouTubers, to kind of like speak on that. So let's talk about how this 20-year cycle will affect Aquariuses and Aquarius placements, as well as fixed signs. So let's talk about what you guys are going to experience in the next 20 years. Obviously, we are all going to be experiencing a major world shift, and all of our lives are going to be completely changed in the next 20 years on a collective level. But for Aquarius placements specifically, you guys should expect some sudden and unexpected changes in your lives all the way until September. Your life is going to be a completely 180 from what it was in 2023 because Uranus, the planet of disruptions and unexpected and sudden changes. You also probably felt that the last 4 months of your lives were a bit stagnant or boring because you were impacted by Jupiter, the Jupiter retrograde in the last 4 months. But you can expect your lives to accelerate and change course to where you want it to go. Also be a lot easier to accomplish what you want to desire. A lot of you may be going through a lot of career changes in the home. It really all depends on where Aquarius is specifically in your chart. A lot of you will be able to think outside the box and create innovative ways to succeed and get ahead of life, just because Uranus will also be aligning with Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance in Taurus. So that's what I have for Aquarius. You guys definitely gonna have to buckle up these next 20 years. It's gonna be a major cycle change for you guys. Definitely gonna be different from what you may have experienced in the past. And again, it all depends on your birth chart. I also want to mention that these changes will be a gradual and slow change. This is not going to happen overnight, but these are things that we will see in our time as the 20-year cycle goes on. So that's all I have left for Aquarius placements. I'm actually going to let you guys watch the rest of this application video, and I will be back for the next section. So here are how the nails are looking after application. It doesn't look too bad. We do have to wipe off the sticky layer from the polygel just so that we can begin filing. So here are how my nails are looking shaped and filed. There's just one last step I like to do, which is to wipe away all that debris and leftover dust with a brush that has alcohol on it, just so that we have a clean slate for gel art. Now we're ready to begin gel art. I will be taking that blue Beetles gel polish color, and I'll have the inspiration picture somewhere here on the screen just for you guys to see. At this point, I did cure my pointer and ring finger under the lamp for 30 seconds, and here I was trying to do the Ori nails without an airbrush. I'm honestly not sure why I did it this way at first. I ended up using a sponge and painted the polish on the sponge first. It made a more gradient effect and made it look more seamless. Here I'm demonstrating what I did on the sponge. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on doing Ori nails without an airbrush, just check out the video I have on the top right corner. Now that we're finished with the Ori nails, we do have some chrome nail art to do. I will be taking this metal painting gel pot from Born Pretty, and this is where I will be doing the chrome art. I cured the chrome art in the lamp for about 90 seconds. I honestly think it needs to be cured longer because when I applied the top coat, it began to smear a bit, so be mindful of that if you decide to use this. Once I finished curing the top coat in the lamp for 60 seconds, I am going to use builder gel for the 3D art. I personally like doing 3D art after top coat when I do my pop-up sets, but if you want to do the 3D art beforehand, you can do that as well. I cured the builder gel in the lamp for 60 seconds, and now I'll be taking some rhinestone glue to stick on the stones, and the rhinestone glue will also be cured for 60 seconds. Here are how my nails turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I have everything that I used linked in the description box. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all in my next video.